Welcome to Across the Pitch. Let's get into it. Barcelona versus Real Madrid. 5-2. And let's be honest, if it weren't for the red card, it could have been 7 or 8. The football was fluid, and Barcelona was so dominant. The gap in quality was incredibly large. Real Madrid does not lose finals? Yeah, newsflash, they do. Can we say Barcelona has their number? Madrid has now conceded 9 against them. 9. Today, Barcelona had the personality that Madrid lacked. I was very surprised, honestly. I thought this was going to be a close game. Barcelona was not in good form, and Madrid was on a run. So I expected a cagey game. When Mbappe scored first in the 5th minute, I started to expect a multitude of goals. Because the pace of Mbappe and Vinicius on that counterattack? My God. My first thought was that if Barcelona defended this way and Madrid hit them on the counter, we could get a basketball score. Then Yamal equalized. What a goal, by the way. He didn't hit it with power, just glided it past Courtois. Speaking of Courtois, I can't really blame him for any of the goals. His defense just let him down throughout the game. Then the penalty came. Was there contact? Yes. Was it an absolute sell by Gavi? Absolutely. But if there was contact, there was contact. So, penalty. This time, Lewandowski didn't do any stuttering run-up. Just bang, into the back of the net. The kind of form Courtois was in, he couldn't take that chance. Bear in mind, up to this point, Courtois had made 2 incredible saves to keep Madrid in the game. So Lewandowski couldn't take any chances. Then Rafinha's goal came. What a ball from Koundé, though. What a ball. To see Rafinha from there and place the ball right where he was supposed to be? Sensational. And the finish by Rafinha? How did he generate that much power in his header? You could tell he knew if he didn't put power on it, Courtois would save it. 3-1, and at that point, it was game over. By the way, what kind of defending was that from Real Madrid? Allowing Rafinha to just run onto the ball like that? Unmarked? Ancelotti has to buy a defender in this window desperately, and a right back too. Sorry, Liverpool fans, but Trent is definitely going to Madrid now. Even that won't help, given how he gets defensively exposed nowadays. Trent versus Rafinha? Catastrophe, but the control from there onwards was incredible. Madrid could not get anything going. Barcelona just dominated the game. On the 4th goal, Balde's goal as well. What were they doing? How can you put that many players up for a corner? To be fair, Barcelona did the same on Madrid's first goal. But come on. 3-1 down, and you decide to throw everyone up? And they weren't even tracking back to recover their positions. It's like the players choose when they want to defend. Speaking of tracking back, are Vinicius Jr. or Mbappe ever going to track back on a counter? Or has Ancelotti exclusively told them never to track back? My goodness, they just left their team exposed. The second half started sort of the same, schoolboy defending, and Rafinha got his second. To be honest, if the game had continued the same way, he probably would have gotten a third. Then came the red card. Was it a red card? Yes, absolutely. A mistake by Szczęsny, and he caught Mbappe outside the box. So, red card. If it had been in the penalty box, it wouldn't have been a red card, just a penalty instead. Then Peña comes on, and the resulting free kick by Rodrigo, my oh my. He played it on Peña's side, and some people would say Peña should have saved it. To those people, I say, he literally just came on. So he wasn't sharp, and the power in that shot, there was no way he was keeping that out. But from there onwards, you'd expect Madrid to kick on, right? Strangely, no. Barcelona was down to 10 men, but Madrid still couldn't break them down. Barcelona are noticeably weak when it comes to defending, and the only thing they use to get out of trouble is that offside trap. So did I expect to see a Barcelona defensive masterclass? No. But it really wasn't a defensive masterclass. It was just solid for 37 minutes. Madrid simply ran out of ideas. Well, Ancelotti had one idea. If you have a yellow card, off you go. Which was funny to me when watching the game. Anyway, I'm happy for Barcelona. The young players there got the chance to win a trophy. The joy on their faces, even before the final whistle, tells you how much this meant to them. Hansi Flick also deserves some praise for being able to build such a winning team from basically scratch. Exceptional. I can say winning team now because they've won something. It will be lovely to see how they kick on in the league. If they were facing Madrid every game, then La Liga would be a walk in the park. For some reason, Barcelona actually show up and win against the big teams, except Atletico. But against the small teams, they just crumble. Finishing has been a problem recently. If they solve that, they'll be back to the Barcelona that started the season with so much promise. As for Madrid, if they don't sign the right players, they will continue to get exposed when they come up against better opposition. Let's see how La Liga goes on, especially seeing that Atletico won their game. So there's definitely pressure on these two. And speaking of dramatic matches, we need to talk about what just unfolded at the Emirates. If you thought the El Clasico was dramatic, this FA Cup clash between Arsenal and Manchester United took things to another level. What a game. Coming into the match, I was worried for Amorim. I like this coach, and I want him to succeed at United, so I was concerned that Arsenal might make life difficult for him. The last time they met, it was a 2-0 defeat for United, so you can understand my worry. But this performance? Wow. First off, let's talk about the red card. The referee was incredibly questionable today. Was it a foul? Yes. Second yellow? Yes. End of story. But at least be consistent. If Dalot was shown a second yellow, then Havertz also deserved a second yellow. However, the way United still didn't get rattled and stayed in the game deserves applause. And Altay Bayındır, what a performance by this man. Saving 2 penalties, plus the overall level of his performance. My God. Now the question is, does he start over Onana? Or will Amorim keep him for the cups? Because that performance deserves at least something. Okay, let's talk about the goals. Gabriel makes a mistake. Garnacho takes the ball and runs from the halfway line like he's being chased by the mafia into the box. And this is where he shows his brilliance. Instead of passing to Højlund, which would have been a difficult pass, by the way, he plays it behind him for Bruno to just come onto it. And what a bend by Bruno. There was no way Raya was saving that. My question is, what was Gabriel doing? Anyway, brilliant goal all around for United. And Gabriel's equalizer was equally brilliant. That shot was a striker's goal, not a defender's. Superbly finished. Now, I never doubted Amorim to establish United back on the right track, but this early with these players? You have to admit it's pretty impressive. The way they played against Liverpool and the way they played today shows how much better they will only get. Imagine them in March or April. It looks promising. At least now United fans can be proud of their team. Then came the Odegaard penalty. Altay got down so quickly and also got up so quickly. No blame to Odegaard, though. It was brilliantly struck, just unlucky for him. And the second save in the penalty shootout against Havertz was sensational. You could just feel it coming. And it happened. Havertz never looked confident. Arsenal had better chances with Rice and Havertz, but Altay was determined not to lose this game. Nothing much to say about extra time. It was just a barrage from Arsenal, with United defending resolutely. This means Arsenal has now been knocked out early in the FA Cup 3 times in 4 seasons. And Odegaard was saying the team is desperate for trophies? I hear you, Martin, but not playing like this. You need to do better to win trophies. Just ask Barcelona. They just did. To top it off, in the other cup competition where they're in the semi-final, Newcastle beat them 2-0 in the first leg. It's looking grim. Anyway, Arteta has a headache now. Saka is out, and Jesus also seems to be out. Who will score goals for them now? They need a goal scorer. How do they not know this is a problem they need to fix? Arteta, find a clinical striker. Maybe Martinelli? He did score a wonderful goal in the first half, but that was ruled offside anyway. The number of opportunities they missed during the match against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup tells you how big of a problem this is. I mean, Havertz had 2 solid opportunities before extra time in this game and still couldn't score. For Xerxes, though, scoring the winning penalty will be a huge lift, especially considering the booing from the fans after his substitution last time. He's a good player who just needs time. Whether he'll get that time at United remains to be seen. For United, though, they haven't won in 5 league matches. Maybe this sparks a revolution for them. United 2.0? Or maybe at this point, 6.0, because something always seems to go wrong. Neither team deserved to lose. Honestly, it was a game of fine margins. Altay Bayındır won man of the match, and what a turnaround for him. Remember, this is the same guy who conceded directly from Son's corner in his last match, and now he's being hailed as a hero? Football, eh? In other news, Tottenham needed extra time to beat Tamworth. Yes, you heard me, Tamworth. Honestly, how do Tottenham fans cope with this team? Every game, they just can't make it easy. How do you make beating Tamworth, again, Tamworth, a monumental task? They are in the fifth tier of English football, for Christ's sake. And the fact that they needed an own goal to break the deadlock tells you how poor they were. Postecoglou had to bring on the big guns to rescue the game, which helped, with Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson scoring to finish it off. Postecoglou tried to rotate and found out he can't even do that because Tamworth can beat your B team. Jesus Christ. It wasn't for lack of chances, though. The Tamworth keeper did brilliantly in normal time, saving Madison's shot. And let's not forget Werner's header being cleared off the line. Remarkably, this would have been the funniest thing ever. Towards the end, Tamworth could have won the game. Kinski, who probably should be Tottenham's #1 goalkeeper now, had to come to their rescue, saving from Cullinane Libbard with seconds left. The 3-0 scoreline was actually harsh on Tamworth, who played really well. For 90 minutes, they were never second best. For Spurs, though, relief, because my God, were they poor. And don't say it was because of the pitch, because there's no excuse for suffering against Tamworth. Timo Werner proved once again that he can't be relied on to consistently deliver goals, and Spurs just lacked urgency. They were second to almost every ball and looked nervous at the back. Postecoglou has problems to deal with. Newcastle won against Bromley 3-1. Napoli secured a 2-0 victory to stay top of Serie A, and Inter won 1-0 to keep the pressure on them. Atletico Madrid also came through with a win to keep their lead at the top of La Liga safe, now sitting 6 points ahead of Barcelona and 1 ahead of Madrid. La Liga is looking real spicy this year, and it might just be the league to watch. Meanwhile, Roma needed a 98th-minute penalty to draw against Bologna. Crazy scenes. Serie A is also shaping up nicely. Lots of drama and competition across the board. Football is alive and kicking, people. Very much alive. Let me know your thoughts on the matches this weekend in the comments. Also, I'm trying out this new format for the videos. Let me know if you like it, or if I should stick with the usual style. If you've made it this far, you obviously like the content, so hit the like button to massively help the channel out. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It really helps the channel grow. Football will continue to be the game we all love. Thank you for watching. This is Across the Pitch. Over and out.